My dear sisters and dear candidates, as you are moving to the next stage of your religious formation, today's gospel reading is very much precisely connected to your own vocation, your own religious vocation. Our religious vocation is a vocation to remain with Jesus, not a vocation to leave Jesus and go away from Jesus. In today's gospel reading, many of his disciples found Jesus' teaching difficult, and they chose to turn away from Jesus, leave Jesus and go away from Jesus. Jesus then asks his 12 apostles the most important question: do you also wish to go away from me? Simon Peter answered, Lord, where shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. My dear sisters, we see two different attitudes among the disciples in today's gospel reading. Some choose to leave Jesus and go away from Jesus, while apostles choose to remain with Jesus. And you, my dear sisters, candidates, as you move into the next stage of your religious formation, you too are called, just like the apostles, to remain with Jesus faithfully and not to live just like the other disciples Jesus and go away from Jesus. When they found very difficult the teaching of Jesus, and they found very difficult to accept the teaching of Jesus, and they just left Jesus and went away from Jesus. Our religious vocation is not called just to leave Jesus and go away from Jesus. When we find it very difficult to live and lead our religious life, in our monastic life, you will encounter moments of challenges, times of sufferings, spiritual dryness we experience, loneliness, discouragements. These moments can sometimes tempt us, like other disciples, to step back from Jesus. In the face of adversity, my dear brothers and sisters, we are called to abide in Jesus, connected to Jesus, rooted in Jesus. When we face sufferings, trials, difficulties, in those moments, we are just called, just like these 12 apostles, to remain with Jesus, cling to Jesus, and all things will become possible. Just like these apostles, we all of us are called to say in our heart, like the Peter, Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. Yes, this is the mantra. When you find difficulties, when you face disasters in your day-to-day life, just to say, like Peter, Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life.